First of all, congratulations on getting drafted and everything like that. Don't have to go very far. Obviously, going to be playing home games in this building. Can you talk about the reputation the Nets have gotten over the last couple years for development and things like that? What is it going to be like now to be a part of that here in New York City and Brooklyn?
Obviously, for me, it's a great opportunity to be in a team where I will be able to develop myself and also impact the game in the ways I can, right? And just learn a lot from the guys who's already in the team, from the coaching staff, from the front office. And that's a historical club, historical organization, right? And obviously, it's a lot related to Russia in the past. A lot of Russian players were going through this organization, and for me, it's an honor to be a part of Nets.
Second row on the right.
Egor, in your visits with the Nets, how much did you get to know head coach Jordi Fernandez? And then kind of beyond that, how, I don't know, cool is it to get to, international coach, a Spanish coach, right? You have Spanish, playing in Spanish background, and, how can that kind of help you in your development in the league?
Yeah, the workout was amazing. It was a great group of guys I was practicing with, and obviously having all these coaches around, it was a great experience. And obviously we talked a little bit with the coach, with the other guys from the front office after the workout, and it was great to get to know them and see how they think, right? How they see me potentially coming to this team and just being an NBA player.
First row on the right.
Hey, Igor. Ryan Lewis from the New York Post. Welcome to New York.
Thank you.
You've been described by some as possibly the best passing teenager on the whole planet, but also a guy whose jumper is going to be kind of the swing skill that determines what his NBA future is like. Do you agree with that assessment? And I mean, in your mind, what are the things that you think you bring to a team and that you need to improve upon?
I'll start from the start, right? Obviously, the passing is something that I was always doing, and this is who I am. This is who I'm trying to be. I believe into the game of basketball as a creative place where it's like an art for me, right? And I want to play beautiful. I want to play pretty. I want to play efficient. And for me, there's never a sacrifice of something, sacrifice of myself for the team or something like this. It's about making a right decision, which I'm always trying to do. Talking about shooting, it's definitely something that obviously a lot of people talk about, and as you said, it can be both sides, good or bad. For me, I have no doubt I'm going to be a solid shooter, and I'm seeing myself as a really good shooter in the future, just because I know how much I put into this, how much I put into the work to become one.
First row here on the right.
Hi, Reagan Lighting, ESPN Enscape. We did see you talk about recently how you would see fans from Russia watching you on television and everything like that. As an international player, how do you feel that, what does it mean to international players to have that support system from their hometown or home country to continue watching you guys regardless of wherever you're at?
I mean, that's amazing. For me, I lived in 3 different countries. I played it for 3 different teams in 3 different countries with different teammates, different cultures, different coaches. It's super different, but at the same time, again, as you said, the love is the same. And, it's great to see that there's people from Russia who's supporting me and following me, same as people from Spain and same as people from America, right? And for me, it's a big honor to be known, right? Because this is somewhere I was trying to get as a little kid coming from Russia. I was trying always to be an NBA player. And as I said, just feeling this love and support from all of the places I've been through, that's a big honor for me. And I'm nothing but gratitude.
Third row on the right.
Ben Couch, NBA.com. Igor, coming off your international experience, what was it that attracted you about playing in the American college system, and how do you think that's positioned you for this rise into the top 10?
I would say the adjustment from the youth level in Europe and European basketball to playing an American style of game against older guys, against more athletes, a faster game, faster pace, right, in general. Obviously, Big 12, it's one of the strongest conferences, right? And playing against teams like Houston, Iowa State, Arizona, Baylor, Kansas, whoever it is, right? Every game was close for us, and even if playing against Houston, obviously everybody knew that they're really strong, and it's still a great experience to play against them, even if we're losing by 30. It's obviously I want to win, right? That's what I'm playing basketball for. But at the end of the day, I realized that every loss is an experience for me for the future.
Last row on the left.
Egor, welcome. And I believe we're currently sitting on the Brooklyn Nets practice court. Welcome home.
Yep. Thank you.
Question for you is, we've heard about or seen a really successful past few months. We heard about, combine and individual workouts. Could you talk about the preparation and also the mindset leading into these past few months?
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time obviously getting ready for those workouts before I started doing them. I spent a lot of time in Los Angeles working out with Zach Gonzalez, my coach, who he gave me max out of his effort, and his support to me was unrelated to anything else I could ever ask for. And obviously, he had his team too, the team of the coaches that were super supportive and were giving their best. And I'm really grateful to these guys and obviously to my agents who were taking care of me, just for this process. And I'm really grateful to them that I got to this point prepared and had a chance to be a top 10 NBA pick.
First row in the middle.
Congrats. Do you have any NBA players that you've studied or you'd consider that you model your game after first? And then next, during your visit with the Nets, what did Jordi Fernandez and Sean Marks in their conversations with you tell you about how they could envision you fitting into the system and what they're trying to build?
Two players I look at as an overall is obviously Luka and Shai as a big guards, the best players on the pick and roll, on a really high usage of it during the game. Obviously the heads of the snake, right? And being able to anticipate and really control the game with the ball in their hands, right? And it's exactly what I'm trying to find in the Brooklyn. And coach obviously was talking about me being able to get the rebound and go, and just go, right? And find those outlets, those athletes that Brooklyn Nets have, those young guys who has obviously a lot of athleticism, as I said, and a lot of talent to be a great finishers.
Second row on the left.
Egor, congratulations. Adeshina Koiki, a lot of sports talk. You spent a lot of time in some very cosmopolitan cities, Moscow, Madrid, and now you're going to be in New York City and Brooklyn. What are you most excited about off the court being in New York City, and what were your first impressions of New York City, whether you watched it on TV or heard about it? What are your first impressions of New York City?
This is my first time actually being here more than one day, right? I was here when I was here on the workout with Brooklyn, but right now obviously I could explore a little bit more and see how it is. And it reminds me a little bit of Moscow, of my hometown, just in case of how active it is, right? It's all the time is alive, so many people, cars, all that. And this is something I like, right? This style of the game, I never stop, and this is something that I like about this place, right? It's really alive. Obviously, a lot of Russian restaurants that I'm happy to visit. That's the first thing I'm gonna do probably.
Last question, second row in the middle.
Sharif Phillips-Keaton, Nets Wire. Egor, congratulations. It's been a couple of years since the Nets had a guy at the point guard spot that they felt could lead the team into the future. I'm talking about, Kyrie Irving. With you being taken as highly as you were, do you see yourself as being able to fill the mold of the point guard of the future for the Nets?
Well, I was playing all my life at point guard, so I see myself as a point guard, but I also willing to do whatever it takes for me to bring success to the team, right, and impact the game in a good way. So if coach wants me to be a center, I will be a center. I have no problem with that. And I just know I'm a playmaker, and no matter what position I'm playing or what spot I'm playing on the floor, I'm going to make plays.
Thank you, Egor. right, first question, we'll go with the back.
Nolan, ici, Thomas Urbain de l'AFP, félicitations. Je voulais savoir ce que ça représentait pour toi d'arriver dans une équipe où il y a beaucoup à faire, pratiquement tout à construire, et aussi ce que ça représente de jouer dans une ville comme New York.
Bah, avant tout, c'est un honneur de pouvoir jouer pour eux. C'est une franchise hyper connue. Et ouais, comme tu as dit, on a des choses à construire. Et c'est pour ça qu'on a beaucoup de pics cette année et qu'on va continuer à travailler pour construire ça.
More questions for Nolan?
Obviously, there's been a run of French players in the NBA coming in recently and drafted high in the first round as well. For you, what made you realize that the NBA was possible, and then also, being a first-round pick was something that was achievable for you?
When do I know?
How or when did you know? Like, what made you believe that it was something you could do?
I always knew it. I always wanted to make it and to be, of course, in the first round. And yeah, like right now I'm here, being able to be part of this journey, to be part of the NBA draft is crazy to me, and I'm really thankful.
Any other questions for Nolan? Third row on the right.
Yeah, thanks. Ben Couch, NBA.com. Coming out of the French developmental system, what made you elect to play in the French league as the next step to get you here, and how do you think that prepared you?
I mean, being able to play overseas is really tough. That's like really uncomfortable. That's a tough league to play in. Really physical. You play grown men. You play men that want to like feed their families. Like they're here for a reason. And like being able to play against those guys, even in the European championship, like really prepare me the best way for the NBA.
First row in the middle.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to know your general impressions of the Brooklyn Nets as an organization and Brooklyn, New York City as a place to live.
I mean, Brooklyn, New York City is like maybe the best city in the world, so that's like really great. And the Brooklyn Nets is, as I said, a really famous organization. We have like a great coach, great front office. So I think it's a really great place to grow. Really great place to build something like really impressive.
Second row in the middle.
Nolan, félicitations. Maintenant que tu as été drafté en NBA, est-ce que quand même t'as été, sur le moment où ton nom a été appelé, est-ce que tu as été submergé par les émotions? Est-ce que tu as réussi quand même à contenir? Parce que j'imagine que tu en rêves depuis très longtemps. Qu'est-ce que ça fait quand tu entends ton nom qui est appelé par Adam Silver?
En vrai, c'est un rêve, tu vois. C'est un rêve, forcément, tu as plein d'émotions. Mais franchement, j'étais assez bon, tu vois, pour les contenir et tout. J'ai pas pleuré. Mais franchement, ouais, vraiment très content. Vraiment trop content et trop excité de continuer, quoi.
First row.
Nolan, team content with the Brooklyn Nets. Just interested in your meeting with the Nets and getting to know Jordi Fernandez and kind of how cool it will be to actually have a European head coach here as you come into the league.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, he looks like he is a really great person. We had fun meeting each other, and I think it's going to be really great. As you said, he's Spanish, so I think it's going to help. Because both of us we are European, so it's kind of a little connection already. So that's great.
First row in the middle.
Eric Slater, Clutch Points, congratulations.
Thank you.
When you envision, what you want to, your role in the NBA and what you want to bring to Brooklyn, offensively, like what are some of the top things that you envision being kind of your calling card as an NBA player?
I'll bring a lot of pace to the game, a lot of IQ, and being able to make the right play and play the right way, for the team, make everyone better around me.
Any other questions for Nolan? One more.
And curious, did you get to know your new teammate, Egor Demin? Throughout the pre-draft process, just like what were your impressions of him?
I did not work out with him, but I know him as a player, and I know he's a really good player. He has a lot of potential. He's big. He's skilled, so that's great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Did you text Ben?
No, I don't even have my phone on me right now. I think he's probably sound asleep right now, though. But yeah, it's an unbelievable opportunity and cannot be more excited to be in Brooklyn.
Any other questions for Danny? Front row.
Well, first of all, congrats. And second of all, I'm wondering just general perceptions on being in Brooklyn as a city first, and then also what you know about the organization.
Yeah, I mean, first impression is it's a dream come true to be here. Brooklyn's an unbelievable place. It's one of the best cities in the world. Great front office, great coaching staff. I really like the direction of where we're going. I can say now. But yeah, I mean, I'm just super excited to get to work. It's an unbelievable opportunity, and I'm just excited to be in Brooklyn and call this home.
Last row on the left.
Eddie, congratulations. We saw a big display of emotion from you, your family. Is it some mixture of you get a green room invite, but there's the pressure of you don't know when you'll be drafted? Is it achieving a lifelong dream of finally making the NBA? Or could you talk a little bit about just the emotion that goes into draft night?
It's really hard to put into words. I mean, it's such a unique, special opportunity experience. In terms of being in the green room, I didn't exactly know how long I would have been sitting there for. I don't know if you asked me before, I wouldn't have said that this long, but it's what happened, and it's out of my control, and I ended up in an unbelievable place, and it's an unbelievable opportunity, and just going to use that as a chip on my shoulder, as a motivating factor. I mean, I don't think where you're drafted defines you. It's just a start of getting into the league, and I mean, that's kind of been my basketball journey thus far, is just kind of having to go step by step, and was under-recruited out of high school, unranked, so to speak, and Yale took a chance on me. I didn't play much, and went through 2 years there, and then went to Michigan. I still don't think people believed in me, and now I'm here and just have so much to prove, and just super excited to get to work, but just going to use that as a chip on my shoulder.
Second row in the middle.
Hey, Danny. Perry Mattern, team content with the Nets. Your mom kind of slipped in there that this is what you wanted. Like, she kind of, as you were doing the interview there, she's like, he wanted to go to New York. He wanted to go to New York. Was there anything kind of specific about your interactions with the Nets and just kind of this franchise, where it's going, that made you want to be a part of this?
Yeah, I mean, I had a great visit here. Sean Marks, BJ, the front office is great. They really know what they want. And then Coach Jordy's awesome as well. And I kind of got a glimpse of that. And I think there's no better place to live, to play basketball, to work than New York and Brooklyn. And it's really a dream come true to play basketball here. And it's surreal, and just can't wait to kind of finally get started.
First row.
And welcome to New York. You said that Brooklyn knows what they want, and just looking at their draft, I mean, it's clear they drafted a lot of guys who move the ball. Could you just talk about your conversations with them and how they see your kind of passing in basketball IQ translating into what they want to do going forward?
Yeah, I mean, they took Egor, Nolan Traore, Drake Powell, who I've been with in LA, and then Ben Sraf, and I think it's just very high IQ individuals who are super smart and savvy with the ball, and just know how to play the game the right way, and high character individuals. And I'm excited to see how it all comes together, but I hope I speak for the collective group that we're all excited to get to work and kind of grow our footing together. I mean, you have 5 rookies. It's not, you don't see it that often. It's not that normal, so to speak, to have 5 first-round draft picks, and just an unbelievable opportunity to be able to grow with those guys, to be able to learn with them, to experience with them, and it's an exciting time.
Third row in the middle.
Danny, can you take us into your head a bit after that first season at Yale? Some people doubted you. You didn't play much. What did it take for you to persevere through that moment?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I didn't play much my freshman year, and kind of used that as an opportunity to grow and develop. And Coach Jones and the staff believed in me, and kind of used that for my sophomore year, and just put my head down and worked. And I got to where I was then. It's how I got to where I am now, and it's all I know is to work hard. And who I am now is nowhere near where I'm going to be at the end of my rookie season. I know I'm going to be able to say that after each season. And I have high belief in myself and confidence, and I know what I can become, and I'm just going to work hard to do that and attain that and be the best I can be.
Front row in the middle.
You're a very unique player in terms of skill set, what you can do at your size as, a passer, ball handler, things like that. Are there any players, current or former, who you look at as kind of similar or a model of, how you could grow in the NBA, former, current NBA players?
Yeah, I think, you look at all the European bigs who I'd try to take bits and pieces from their games. You look at Jokic, Şengün, Sabonis, Lauri Markkanen, Franz Wagner, Michigan guy. Just all these guys who are just so skilled, savvy, and make the game look effortless, and try to take bits and pieces out of all their games and just what they do, and try to just emulate some of those things.
First row on the right.
Hey, Danny, you brought up your time at Michigan, and especially with the way the ball was in your hands and how you were deployed on the floor. In your conversations with Brooklyn, was there any talk about any specific role you're supposed to play, or was it just more like open-minded, see how you perform, and then they go from there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's open-minded. You have to earn whatever role you get, whether that's ball dominant, whether that's an off-ball guy. It's up to you to determine what that is, and just how you perform in practice, and you have to earn the coach's trust and belief and confidence in you. And I know that's what I'm going to do from day one. And yeah, I mean, just going to try to earn that as best I can, because I know what I can do, whatever that might look like, and I'm going to mold to the role best of my ability. But within that, just kind of keep working until I get what I want.
First row middle.
You brought up a couple players, Jokic and Sabonis were two of the guys you brought up. Jordi Fernandez coached both of those players during his stops in Denver and Sacramento. Was that something that came up in his conversations with you of how he could potentially envision your skill set fitting into what he wants to do?
I mean, yeah, I think Coach Jordy's an unbelievable coach. I was sitting next to Coach May and just my agents at our table, and just going through the iterations of what's going to happen and how it's going to play out. And Brooklyn popped up, and they all raved about him, and as they did in the process. And I watched a good amount of Brooklyn games this year, and he's an exciting coach. He's super smart, and I mean, he's coached two of the best bigs in the world right now. And I know that I'm just going to try to learn as much as I can from him and try to develop in his system.
Second row on the left.
You talked about being excited to play in such a young team. How do you think you're going to stand out with so many rookies on the team?
Yeah, I mean, it's a blessing. You have 4 other guys you got to share locker room with that are your class, and you got to learn with and develop with and grow with. Within that, it's up to you to kind of just be yourself, do what you do, and let the main thing be the main thing. I know it's been said, but I know how I play. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. I know what I'm going to work at, and it's up to me to do that. That's why they selected me. It's why they put their belief and trust in me and invest into me. And it's up to me to do with that as I want. And I want great things. So,
last question, first row.
Ben Saraf, obviously Israeli. You spent some time playing internationally in Israel. Do you guys have any prior connection or know each other through that?
Yeah, it's crazy. It still doesn't really hit me yet, but I was supposed to play on the U20 team with him when I played in 2023, and then ultimately he decided to play on the U18 team, but I really got to spend some time with him there, and we'll communicate here and there over social media, but from what I've heard, he's an unbelievable kid, and just watching him, he makes the game look so easy, effortless, and it'll be really exciting and fun and a great opportunity to kind of be with him and grow with him.
Thank you very much, Danny.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Happy to be here.